So the Christmas show every year is our major production. It's the biggest thing that I work on. I work on it before Christmas, I work on it after Christmas, so there's a pre-production and a post-production element of that. And for the pre-production element, what we do is, as a team, we get together and we brainstorm. We come up with ideas, we think about things that inspire us, and we go to YouTube, we check out albums, we do all kinds of sources of inspiration. We find songs that we think would really resonate well with our church. And then we put it all together in this unique presentation that you won't find anywhere else. So it's not like we've copied and pasted this and that. We take pieces from things and then put it all together.
So how we integrate all of these different kinds of people is we really just ask the question, okay, what ideas do we have? What is it that we think the Lord may want us to do? And who do we have here that should do that? And so sometimes those things go hand in hand. At other times, we may have this idea, and yes, it's the right thing to do, and we're having trouble searching for the person. At other times, we know the people, and we're just trying to find the right idea to feature them or to use them. But in general, I think just for groups at large, we have choirs, we have student choir, we have a children's choir, we have an adult choir, and that's the easiest way for anybody just to be a part and to sing. And so at the very macro level, anyone almost can do that if they want to.
I think those who are involved in the presentation weekends and beforehand, the prep work, get way more out of it than the actual audience. We want them to see it and hear it, and we want it to be without distraction.
One of the projects that we did last year was inspired by actually a Dancing with the Stars video that we saw, and it was by Macy. So it was kind of a Christmas theme sort of thing that they did as a live feature in Dancing with the Stars. And what the cool element that they did with that is they took live dancers and they put them in a virtual world by having them go behind the screen. And so they would go behind the screen and they would appear on screen. So it was this great pre-production piece that they put together that was executed live in the room so that it all went off very smoothly. My part of that project in translating that idea, we essentially used the same idea and had our LED wall and had dancers go from in front of the screen to behind the screen. And so what we did was we created a virtual world that was full of snow, had Christmas trees, had just all kinds of snow falling from the sky, snow all over the ground. It was great. And then at a certain point in the song, the character goes from being live on screen to they enter into the snowy world, kind of like Narnia. And that was a pretty big challenge from a production perspective to figure out how to do that and to make it look realistic in the sense. And I think the finished product of that is probably one of the things that I'm most proud of.
Just watching that whole creative process and how the dancers did their things, the costumes did their thing. People were just having fun, and the way that it came off during presentation and the eyes and the shock of the people in the presentation, I love that.
Another effect that we've done a couple times actually over the years is we use a piece of fabric called a Kabuki drop from Japanese Kabuki theater. And it's a two-phase fabric drop where the curtain is held up in the air and then the curtain drops, revealing a projection surface. And so we did a dance number where we rear projected onto that. It was a kind of a white surface in the middle of some black fabric. We rear projected onto that, and I animated some props that were essentially cutouts or silhouettes. And we had dancers come alongside those and cast a shadow on the screen. So the projector was casting a shadow from what I had animated, and then the live dancers were casting a shadow, and they interacted for a second, and then those props went away. And we also did a low-level light fixture projection, not a projector, but just a light fixture. And as soon as the props went away, we turned that on, and it enabled the dancers to do this really life-sized shadow dance kind of thing. And that was really cool. It was challenging in the sense of trying to get sizes of video to match up in the real world, and alignment with a moving piece of fabric, that's always the hard part. And kind of just the vision behind, they're going to be interacting with something that it comes down and then they dance in front of it, and the video has to look just right. And then the second stage of the Kabuki is that the fabric then goes away and reveals the choir behind it, and we turn all the lights on, and it's this great moment. My favorite part of the entire presentation every year is getting to see it from the seats. There's usually a moment where I can take a step back from the computer or the camera or wherever I am at the moment and just stand there, usually during a dress rehearsal, and enjoy it.
The last show is very sad. It's just sad that it's over. We enjoy it so much. We enjoy our family, our community that we're with and that we're working with.
I think what I get most from doing this every year is, first of all, I think just with my temperament again, my personality, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas to me without doing something that I'm giving to present. That we're trying to make the gospel presented clearly is really important to me, and I'm grateful for that we get to do that in such a way. And so it's one thing to do the arts, but to do the arts with the motivation and the goal of presenting the gospel make it even more special, and that's probably what I enjoy the most.